Memory Day. What is it?
It's a celebration of good memories. Do you have any?
I I think over the last month or so, I get caught up in family memories. A
Mm,
lot of I think sort of particularly when you live away from your family. So it might be that you're in a different city, a different country, wherever you are. I think December is always that time where you reflect. And some memories are great, some are average, some are a bit bad, but
some are complicated.
yeah. So you go through the whole gambit of memories during this time. And so I kind of have been flicking between different memories depending on, so for Christmas Day it was memories of um a Christmas in Australia. Very different to my Christmas in the Netherlands, shall we say, temperature wise. Also,
Also, it was so cold this Christmas. Oh my God. Mm, I
I
had to
didn't
go
leave my
outside
house.
with dogs.
I didn't have to leave my house, but I knew it was like -3 or 4 or something or other. But
But the wind chill was -9, so it was proper cold.
yeah, yeah. But I think where you've written a book, I'm looking at writing a book, and a lot of the times memories are sparked. So even just sort of prompts for things sort of happen much freer when I'm not sort of in work mode and then rest mode. I sort of when I've got that downtime, my brain starts ticking over. And I've what I'm trying to do this year is build a vision board. I haven't done this before, but it's also for what do I want out of this year for memories. So, I've got a couple of, how you've got a hit list of places you want to go. And often you sort of look at that list 2 years on and go, well, I haven't done that yet. So I've got this idea of where I want to go this year to have more memories. I
Mm,
think I mean, I sort of feel like I'm going backwards in coming forwards, but actually, my plan is to provide new memories because I haven't traveled in a while and I haven't done those things that, I traveled a lot in my 20s and 30s and I have a lot of good memories from those times. But
yeah.
now I'm like, my days are effectively the same or they blend together. So I'm looking at those points this year that will actually give me new memories. Have you done that?
I mean, I've done vision boards in the past, but I'm not very good at then keeping my focus on.
Yeah.
But I think as well, like one of the, and this is what I often talk to people about. Like we are so um we tend to focus on the big memories and the big experiences,
Mm.
but a lot of times we forget the small stuff, and it's often in the small things that we can recognize our progress and that we can recognize the how we have built some of the things that we wanted a year ago. And that's not always traveling, or oh, we're getting a visitor. That's not always traveling, or big 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 things. It's sometimes it's just noticing how you're creating, how you're changing, how your day is,
Mm.
how your days are, um, so that they blend together less.
Yeah.
And often sort of these things that are happening are so small that we don't notice them unless we record them.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you on that.
so I think for me, I really I've been writing more the last couple of months, but and it's I hadn't done that in a while,
Hmm.
right? And I think that it's such a powerful way to sort of make make what is happening in our life more conscious.
Yeah.
Because that's where we sometimes miss it, right? Like we can take a big trip and we'll have all these big memories, but what is the how does it change you as a person? It's not just about the memory, but also the
Mm.
impact of the memory. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think sometimes we forget that the smallest details, like things like baking or um, looking at, I don't know, reading a book or doing something, it does bring back other memories of maybe reading, if you've read a book, the same book, reading it in a different place. The people around you that were in the house when you were baking. Like there's a whole heap, a lot of different contexts that you can apply to something as simple as a physical thing maybe that prompts memories. I hold
Well,
a
and
lot.
we spoke about it in the context of remembering your life, right? Where it's like ask other people to contribute to the memories, because then it
Yeah.
becomes this tapestry of a life, and it adds texture and it adds context and perspective that we might miss if we're I don't know what is happening.
Mm.
Um, but we might miss if it's just us reminiscing
Yeah.
or ruminating.
And people see memories in different ways. So someone could be with you in the same place at the same time and see it in a completely different way. And
Yes,
it
a
helps
hundred
to give
percent.
you different context of that memory and sort of put more of it. And I mean I find that I have friends sort of post Christmas lunches, and those I remember quite distinctly. We do the same thing every year, but I remember them very distinctly because of the people there.
Mhm,
And we do little activities and we eat together, but I love that every year I have a different type of memory with these same people doing the same thing.
mhm.
And those are the things I like to hold on to. But yeah, so for remembering your life, I think what I wanted people to get out of it was more perspective of someone's life. And the way you do that is to ask people to write about the same things and give a different
And
position of it.
it's interesting. I had a conversation with a friend recently who lost a parent, and one of the things that he commented on was how fun it was to read the condolences, because he was like, it's giving me such new insight in the impact that in his case, his dad had on other people's lives,
Yeah.
and in ways that he'd never realized that. And I think that's so powerful, and when we ask other people to contribute their stories and their perspectives of someone we loved or someone we love still.
Mm.
um like it gives us a whole new view and a whole new appreciation of that person. I think, sharing your memories, and you're absolutely right. Everybody has a different experience of that depending on who they are. But even like our memories change as we change, right? Like the way that we recall events or people in our lives now compared to 10 years ago, even if it's the same person,
Yeah.
we're going to have a different perspective on them because we are a different person now than we were 10 years ago.
Mm.
So, yeah, I mean, and that also makes it fun to record some of those stories, right? Like you said, I wrote a book, and some of it, when I read it now, I'm like, oh, because my perspective on certain events or stories has changed since I started writing that. I mean, I started writing in 2013, so that's, or 2014 rather. So, but that's a solid 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And so my perspective on some of these things has changed, but your writing doesn't change. And it's sometimes really interesting to read back stuff that you've written a decade ago, memories that you recalled a decade ago, and just feel and experience how memory has changed and how you've changed and grown over those years.
Mm.